This instructional video will help you learn and master each movement before advancing to the follow-along version. Pause and rewind often, and move on only when you feel confident. Welcome to Week 2 of Primal 7's Lower Back Series for generalized lower back pain. I'm Jenna Ellis, physical therapist for Primal 7. As a reminder, the purpose of this series is to improve spinal flexibility, re-educate the muscles surrounding the lower back, core muscles, and hips to engage properly, and finally, to put these together to work on achieving full range of motion of the spine with proper movement mechanics. In this video, we will use 6 exercises to work on maintaining the alignment we found in session 1 as we move through new exercises. Our training format is changing from timed holds to repetitions, and our focus is on maintaining our alignment as we move through larger ranges of motion. Our band will be set at mid-shin, the rings will be locked, and the safety covers for the band release levers will be pulled all the way up. The purpose of preparation is first to do a quick alignment check and practice stacking all the joints of our body correctly for efficient movement. Second, to increase range of motion in all the areas that we train. And finally, to increase circulation so that our body is warm and ready to work. In this sequence, we will use the T-spine twist to open up our chest and create space in our upper and middle back. And second, the hamstring stretch to create flexibility and space in the back of our legs. We will start with a T-spine twist for 5 repetitions on each side. To set up for the T-spine twist, you'll come into the band and place it just underneath your shoulders. Come into your primal lean, which means there's a nice diagonal line from your ears, shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles. Place your hands gently on green, and then you're ready to start. What you'll do is you'll sweep your right hand out to the shoulder height level of your right side, squeezing the backs of your shoulder blades together. We want to see 5 reps. After 5 reps, you'll switch to your left side. When you're doing these reps, make sure your eyes are pointed up towards the anchors and your hips are not rotating from side to side. Also, make sure that your butt is not sagging. You're squeezed nice and tight and in your diagonal line. After you've done 5 reps on each side, you'll stand back up, walk to the door, turn around facing away from the anchors. You'll be set up for the hamstring stretch next. To set up for your hamstring stretch, you'll center your left leg directly underneath your body and place your right heel in the band. Then, you'll slide your right heel down and out until you feel a nice stretch in the back of your leg. Make sure your hands are gently behind green. You can always push your hands out just a little bit further for a bigger stretch. After you've done 5 reps on your right leg, you'll take your leg out of the band and then switch to the left. If you start to become unbalanced at all, make sure you bend your knee, bring your foot out of the band, and regroup. Take a deep breath and then retry again. It's helpful to pick something about 10 feet in front of you to focus on as well. Make sure your hips aren't sliding side to side. It can also knock you out of balance. After you've done 5 reps on each leg, you'll either go back for round 2 of the T-spine twist, or you'll reposition the band around the base of your chest and walk out to get set up for the hip hinge. In the first training video, we practiced maintaining perfect alignment in end positions of our exercises. Our goal was to connect proper alignment in training to movements you do in everyday life. In this training section, we will repeatedly move between start and end positions while maintaining perfect alignment. Our goal is to know how our body behaves and feels while in motion. In this sequence, we will use the hip hinge to start strengthening our lumbar spine and hip muscles, and also to learn how to maintain good alignment of our lumbar spine. And second, we will use the bridge to work on strengthening of our lower body and our core muscles. We will begin with the hip hinge for 5 reps. To get set up for your hip hinge, you'll place the band around the base of your chest. Come into your primal lean, abs in nice and tight, squeeze your butt. Make sure your feet are about hips width apart. From here, you'll cross your hands across your chest and then stick your butt back towards the back of the wall, hinging your hips to about a 45-degree angle. We're going to do 5 reps. Make sure when you're doing this that you keep your abdominals in nice and tight. If not, your back will start to bow and can create some pain in your lower back. Once you're done with your 5 reps, you'll bring your hips back up underneath you and stand back up. Then you'll come out of the band, lay flat on the ground, and scooch forward until you can put your heels in the band. You'll be set up to start your bridging then. To get set up for the bridge, you'll lay flat on the floor with your knees straight and your heels in the band. Your heels can be about a hip's width apart. After this, you'll squeeze your butt, keep your tummy in nice and tight, and lift your butt up off the ground until your body is parallel to your legs. You'll repeat this for 5 reps. Make sure that you're squeezing your butt and your abs. If you don't squeeze your butt, it'll put extra stress on your hamstrings and can lead them to cramping. And also it can put extra strain on your lower back, which we don't want to happen. We'll repeat this for 5 reps. Make sure that you're really squeezing your butt. It kind of feels like there's something hot underneath your bottom and you're trying to get away from it. After you're done with these 5 reps, you'll either stand up and get ready for round 2 of training with the hip hinge, or you'll continue laying on the ground. Bend your knees and put your feet flat on the floor. You'll cross your right ankle over your left knee, and then you'll be set up for the figure 4 stretch. The purpose of restoration is to cool down and to give the muscles we worked a chance to relax. And second, to improve flexibility and to be able to carry this newfound mobility over into our daily tasks. In this sequence, we will use a figure 4 stretch to create space in our hips and to stretch out our glute muscles. This week, we will take it one step further by bringing our knee closer to our chest. Our last stretch will be knees to chest, to relax the lower back and to take a nice stretch of our spine and our glute muscles. We'll start with the figure 4 stretch for 15 seconds. To get set up for your next figure 4 stretch, you'll lay flat on the floor with your knees bent and your feet flat. You'll cross your right ankle over your left knee. Then, looking at that figure 4 position, you'll put your hands through the window onto your left thigh and bring your thigh closer to your chest. You'll feel a big stretch in the back of your right glute. You'll hold it for 15 seconds. After 15 seconds, replace the feet back on the floor, and then we'll switch sides so that the left ankle is over the right knee. If you'd like a deeper stretch while you're in this position, You can either use your right elbow to gently press out against your thigh, or you can take your hand and press out against the thigh as well. Make sure you're breathing deeply. With each breath, try to hug the knee in just a little bit closer or push a little bit further out with your hand. After you're done with 15-second holds on each side, you'll put your feet flat on the floor again and then get set up for your knees to chest stretch. You'll either put your hands on top of your knees, or an alternate position is putting them behind your knees. Then you'll hug them into your chest and you'll be set up for your knees to chest stretch. To get set up for your knees to chest stretch today, you'll lay flat on the floor with your knees bent and your feet flat. Then, putting your hands either on top of your knees or underneath your knees, you'll hug your knees into your chest and hold for 15 seconds. Make sure you're breathing evenly and deeply. With each exhale, try to hug those knees just a little bit closer into your chest for a bigger stretch. You'll feel this stretch across your lower back and in your butt muscles. After you're done with that 15-second hold, you'll either stay on the ground and place your right ankle over the left knee to get set up for your figure 4 pull through the window stretch, or you're all done. Congratulate yourself for getting through another week of training. Hopefully these are helping you get into a little bit better movement patterns. Great job, and I'll see you next week. With the restoration complete, take these new concepts you learned today and put them into practice as much as you can. Our emphasis on maintaining alignment with motion will continue to help you through everyday activities, such as maintaining spinal alignment as you go to pick something up off the floor, or using your improved hip mobility to get your shoes and socks on with greater ease. In the next part of this series, we will focus on increasing your exercise capacity to build strength, power, and endurance. Remember, you can return to any part of this series at any time you need. The focal points continue to matter regardless of what modes of exercise you're using, whether it be in the Primal 7 unit or anywhere else. Great job today, and I'll see you next week.